Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of the WT Coaches Show. I'm your host Zach Barnes, and starting things off for us this week is Lady Buff volleyball head coach Jason Skoch. Coach, how are you?
Doing good.
Well, Coach, this last week you had a couple last road games to end off the regular season. You got 3-0 sweeps over St. Edwards and Texas A&M Kingsville. What were some stuff you saw in those two matches?
St. Ed's reminded me of sort of us. They've been banged up, and they're much better than the record shows. You know, we just they sort of reminded me of us, where things are unassuming in sports, where you think you know a team by watching the video or the record and the stats, and it's not. You know, they had some good pieces, and so I took from it that some of the things that they did good, we improved on, because some of the things that they're naturally strong at were actually vices of ours earlier in the year. Kingsville was interesting because they're the fourth seed, and I think they're the fourth seed because of that loss to us. But they're good. They're regionally. I mean, they have a chance to go to regionals for at least the first time in a long time, and I think we were pleasantly surprised. Not that we had a chance to win, but that we won in the nature we won, because I think Tanya's built a really good team down there. So I took it as another sign, like us going to 5 with Angelo, Tarleton, everybody, that I took it as a sign that we truly are developing, and they weren't just flukes. I mean, Tarleton, Angelo, Women's Commerce, the top 4 teams, or 5 teams actually in Kingsville, we either beat or pushed to 5.
Yeah.
So I think we're rising.
Yeah. And for those of y'all watching at home, we have a little bit of a change of scenery, because actually by the time you guys see this, y'all will be on your way here in Stephenville getting ready for the LSC tournament. And your first team that you take on is Angelo State. For the last time we played, you were able to take the 5 sets.
Yeah, it's going to be a good tournament. I've told this, if anybody was really bored and wanted to, track this, is I've said for the last 3 to 4 years that the power in the region was shifting from the RMAC to really the Texas in general, meaning the Heartland and Lone Star, but really Lone Star. And to prove my point is this year, because we built a really good schedule for the girls, is 2 teams in the RMAC right now are seeded to make regionals, and traditionally they get like 4 out of the 8, which means 2 conferences split up the other 4. And what I looked at it is that, with Angelo, they have a chance to host a regional, and so they're the cream of the crop. So this is not a spin for the girls. This is just reality. It's like we got to look encouraged, and we're playing in a gym that's built like ours. It's small. It's even smaller than ours. And so there's a subtle rule change called pursuit that you get to do at the Angelo gym that you do not get to do in our gym or the Tarleton gym. So I really feel like we're going to have to play our best match. But I feel it's going to be a good match, and I think Angelo knows that too. He's coached his kids well, and they know what to expect from the WT team, and we know what to expect from the Angelo team. So I think it'll be a good match, and what I'm really happy about is that we need to pull out 2 wins to give ourselves a shot at the regional. And what I really like the fact is we're the only team in the region that's played 8 out of the top 10. Because of the schedule we made, and because we go play the Heartland, and we've probably played 13 of the top 15. So the girls have been battle tested. Angelo deserves their seeding, but I don't know. I love playoffs, because it's shut up or put up, and it doesn't matter who was good 2 weeks ago. It matters who's good Thursday, and we're playing a team that preaches the same thing. So it should be fun.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us today, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the WT Coaches Show. Up next for us is men's cross country head coach Darren Flowers. Coach, how are you?
I'm good.
Well, Coach, you got 5th place at the regional meet last week. What were some of the things that you saw last week that you liked and that you didn't like?
I thought we competed real well. I thought our effort was great. I do think we had a really tough turnaround coming from conference. Just that 12 days. I don't feel like that gave us enough time to really recover and get our legs back underneath us and prepare for the regional meet. And we had to have a hard effort at conference to beat Tarleton. I mean, they were gunning for us, and so those guys had a really hard effort. And for our ultimate goal, wanting to go to the national meet, got to keep training. And so to fit all that stuff in, And to go into one of the toughest regions in the country and try to qualify and do well was really tough for us. But, we didn't have the best day, but we took care of business. And Jeff and Blake ran really well. And we got through. So that was our goal. And now we're just looking forward to this next week.
I know you're saying getting your goal. You qualified for the national meet in Joplin, Missouri, and that's this weekend. What's really kind of the goal that you guys are looking to get, and what are the things that you need to get there?
Well, I talked to the guys about being a top 8 team. We matched Westerns 1, 2, and 3. We just didn't have a very good day, 4 and 5. And so, but I think right now, approaching this national meet, we look better than we did going into the regional, to me. So I think we can be a top 8 team. There's got to be a big effort. We've got to have probably 2 in the top 40 and then 3 in the top 80 or 90. And if we do that and score around anywhere from 280 points to 300 points, I think we can be a top 8 team. That's going to be tough. This year is just stacked as far as teams across the board, and there's tons of talent. So it's going to take a really, really big effort, and I definitely say this has been one of the most challenging years as far as the depth of competition. But I'm excited for these guys. They're feeling good. They look good. I know they're mentally ready, and it's just about performing on the day at this point.
All right, well, Coach, I'd like to wish you luck this weekend, and thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the WT Coaches Show. Up next for us is men's basketball head coach Tom Brown. Coach, how are you?
Zach, doing great. How about yourself?
Doing well. Well, Coach, last week you went 1-1 on opening weekend.
Yeah.
Not quite the result you wanted, but at the same time you said you saw some good things there.
Yeah, obviously we wanted to go 2-0. Fort Lewis game hurt a little bit. We had some leads in the first half, second half. I think we were up 9 and 11 in both halves. And kind of just let it get away from us a little bit at the end. We didn't make all the plays that we needed to. We missed some free throws, made some fouls that we shouldn't. We need to clean a little things up like that and be able to finish those games.
And then this week, specifically tomorrow, Thursday night, Lubbock
Yeah.
Christian comes to town. The game's at 7. What are some stuff that you've seen with them just with a little bit of the season you've had so far?
Yeah, they're going to be pretty similar to last year. They bring almost their whole squad back. They've got some big boys. They got a couple kids that are 6'6", 6'7", that are 270, 280. They got some monsters inside, so I know they'll be able to set some big screens, obviously. We might have to go double them a little bit. They've got some great guards, and A.J. Lucky. And, we're going to have to be ready to play because they are well coached. They're fundamentally sound. They're a lot like Fort Lewis, I think, in the aspect that they can shoot it and play very good basketball. So we've got our hands full, but it's great to be back home. And hopefully we can get a W on Thursday night.
And then after Thursday night, you also have a home game on Saturday at 4 o'clock. That's against a New Mexico Highlands team that you've already seen once this season.
Right, yeah. New Mexico Highlands, they are – come on out early for that game, 4 o'clock. Come out and watch warm-ups because they've got some guys that can just fly. I mean, it is ridiculous. Head up by the rim, and they've got a 6'11" kid that's I think is phenomenal. A couple of their guards are elevators. I mean, they just get up and up and up, and they can fly. But and they're going to be looking for revenge. We kind of took it to them a little bit, so they've got a very good team. They'll be ready for us, so we're going to have to be ready to go on Saturday as well.
Coach, thank you for joining us today. I just wish you luck this weekend.
Thanks a lot, Zach.
All right, folks, thank you for joining us this week on the WT Coaches Show. Be sure to come back tomorrow as we will chat with Kristen Mattio since they are in Austin right now, so we'll get to see them tomorrow. But again, check back. And for the WT Sports Network, I'm Zach Barnes, and we'll see you tomorrow.